Hello and welcome. Today I wanted to share part 2 of the haul. This time I went into store. I think you can guess. Baohong watercolor paper, but this time I want to open up this size, and this one you have already seen. But today I want to compare these two watercolor blocks. They are exactly the same size. And I thought I would do the demo painting on this one. I almost bought 2 pads of paper of this size, because like I said, it was less than €6, and I saw a lot of people walking around with a pad of Baohong watercolor paper, so they're getting popular. It comes with a protective sheet, so I'm gonna remove that as well. It's getting pretty dark, so let me turn on another light. I don't see like a real difference between these two pads. This one might be a little bit more texture compared to this one, but well, it's definitely more texture. Maybe I need to hold it like this. See if it will focus. The old one seems to have more texture compared to the newer one. The paper color is exactly the same. So now I'm really curious. I wanna paint with this paper pad. For that we're gonna use some new Daniel Smith watercolors. The Daniel Smith watercolor tubes were 30% off, so I went a little bit wild. So I got nickel titanate yellow, which is a PY53. It's a very pale, cool yellow. I don't know what it is, but this color seems to be a dust magnet. And it's a series 1 color. But the lemon yellow is also a series 1 color, and I would recommend that color before I would recommend a nickel titanate yellow. I also got quinacridone deep gold, which consists of PO48 and PY150, and it's an in-between quinacridone orange and quinacridone gold. It's more towards the quinacridone orange, but more glowy. Then we have deep scarlet, which is a PR175. It's such a gorgeous, glowy, warm red. It's close to orange. Then we have permanent red deep, and that's a PR170. It's a Neptune red. And I think this is a series 1 color as well. Then I picked up a quinacridone pink, a PV42. It's a warm pink color. I wanted to pick up a quinacridone lilac, but that was sold out. Then we have Bordeaux, which is a PV32. A very cool deep. Is it a burgundy or a pink? It's a cool rose color, but deeper. Then we have 2 colors that I couldn't pick between. First up, lavender, which consists of PV6, PV15, and PV29. And it's a pinkish blue. It's a lavender color. It's a pretty opaque color. The next one is King Royal Blue, which consists of PB29, PB15 and PB4. And I really like how this color granulates. And I can't believe it just only consists of PB29 as the granulating color. But I really like this color, and it's a blue version of the lavender. That's how I would describe this color. Then we have the mistake that I picked up, is the Phthalo turquoise. I actually wanted the Phthalo blue turquoise, and that wasn't sold in store, but I've ordered that online. The same goes for the Quinacridone lilac. It consists of PB column 3 and PG36. It's like a really green leaning blue. It's a nice color, it's very strong. Then we have green gold, which consists of PY150, PY3 and PG36. It's a very light yellow green color. Next up, sap green. I haven't tried this color before. It consists of PO48, PY150 and PG7. It's a very glowy mid-tone green. I'm surprised that I haven't tried this color before, that I hadn't had like a small tube of this one, but I tend to mix my oranges with a yellow, so. Next up, Diopside Genuine, which is a Primatech color. If you would tell me that this color contains Phthalo blue green shade, I would believe it, but it has such a beautiful granulation. It's like a very vibrant green. Next up, Permanent Brown, PBR25. It's a warm red leaning brown. Shadow Violet, which consists of PO73, PB29 and PG18. It has such beautiful granulation. And you can see the orange and the blue splitting. First I thought this was a very boring color, but I changed my mind about this color. Then we have Mayan Dark Blue, a PB82. It reminds me of a Payne's Gray, but then a single pigment. It's a cool dark blue. Now we have Indigo, which is a mixture of PB60 and PBK6. It's a lovely dark warm blue. So the difference between the Mayan Dark Blue and the Indigo is that the Mayan Blue is darker and cooler and Indigo is warmer. Do you need both of these colors? No. And later I also ordered Quinacridone Lilac, Cascade Green and Phthalo Blue Turquoise because I really wanted a PB16 from Daniel Smith, and I also wanted a Quinacridone Lilac, and I also added Cascade Green. So I ordered these three colors, plus I also ordered Schmincke Shadow Grey and Winsor Newton Permanent Rose. But here is an overview of the Daniel Smith colors that I've picked up. These were picked up in store and these are ordered online. Here you can see the difference between Lavender and King Royal's Blue. I lean more towards the King's Royal Blue, but there might be something magical about lavender because I know a lot of landscape painters use lavender. And between Mayan Dark Blue and Indigo, I lean more towards Indigo. But do you see how pretty the granulation is in Shadow Violet? It's such a boring color when you look at the color itself, but it has such an interesting granulation. And I tend to use green gold light colors as my yellow on the palette, like the cool yellow and the Quinacridone deep gold, or the Quinacridone gold as the warm yellow. I'm going to use 3 colors in this painting. Let me think. I want to use these 3 colors in the painting: Quinacridone deep gold, deep scarlet and indigo. But do I want to add Pyrrole red deep? Now I'm gonna stick to these 3 colors, so I'm gonna do a quick sketch and I'll be right back. So here are the 2 demo paintings. I have to say this one is like the first pancake. It didn't work out that well. It's slightly overworked, but that's more of a me issue because I don't tend to work with watercolors fresh out of the tube. I work from either a half pen or full pen. But there is a slight difference, not only in texture, because the old one has more texture than the newer one, but also how wet watercolor flows on the newer one versus the older one. The newer one, the paint will go towards the line that the dry paper meets the wet paper. Am I saying that correctly? I think so. And here you can see like it's a soft edge. Same with the indigo. I have to say I used a bit more paint with the Quinacridone Deep Gold compared to the older paper. But when swatching, there isn't really much of a difference. The newer one might be more prone to hard edges compared to the older paper. But I do need to test this paper out a bit more. But as you can see, when you do wet on wet, it will go towards the edge. New versus old. There. So I'm gonna use 1 granulating paint and 1 Quinacridone color. And this is Quinacridone Lilac. And now on the new paper, I'm also gonna do like 4. I did pre-wet the pens. Next up, Cascade Green. So I'm gonna put it down on the newer paper. Oh. I'm glad I caught that on camera. Wow. Okay, now the older paper. And with older, I mean I bought it, I think, a year and a half ago. And I'm going through those paper pretty fast. I'm really impressed by how fast it flows. I'm not used to that. Okay. Oh, it's just a pigment. I'm glad I picked these two pigments, or these two colors, because Cascade Green is a multi-pigment color. With multi, I think it's two. Like a yellow ochre and a PB50. And phthalo blue. So I thought I was going crazy because the paint seemed to flow more on this paper compared to this one. So I will let these colors dry and I will come back. So here are the tests. I don't know what's happening with the newer paper, that where you put down the pigment, it leaves like a dot, like the pigment didn't completely dissolve. Which is odd because it's from a pen. But I thought it was because I was using the color straight from the tube when it happened with the indigo. But it's also happening to the quinacridone lilac. The same thing didn't happen to the older paper. With the Cascade Green, it sort of looks similar. No, not completely. The new paper, it flowed a bit more. And it also, I think you can see it. Like a spidery finish, I don't know what to call it, more granulating. Compared to the older paper, it's more of a blob. And it sticks together a bit more. So I hope the texture really shows up on screen. Or maybe it should be more in the shadow. Like this. I found the angle. I think when I hold it like this, so new paper, older paper. I like how both of these paintings turn out. I was struggling with the first one, but that was more because I was using straight out of the tube watercolors. And I got a better handle on the second painting. It's like the first pancake and the second pancake. I like the color. I like the mix in this painting a bit more. I did use some gouache to put back some highlights in these two paintings. A closer look at the colors that I picked up. This could be like a palette on its own. I still have a Daniel Smith dot card and I'm wondering if I should do a video swatching the colors out, but on a different template. Because on the dot card, Daniel Smith put down the name. It's available in 15 ml, 5 ml of stick. And the pigment, what do you call it? Pigment. And what type of pigment is, but not the pigment information. So it's fully opaque, transparent, which series it is. I would think if it's on a watercolor dot card, it's available as watercolor. So I don't care if it's available in 15.5 stick of or half pen. I don't care about that. It did come with a brochure. And on here, they do mention the pigment information. So I was thinking about making my own template and doing a swatch video on Daniel Smith, like a similar swatch video as Roman Schmal. So let me know if you're interested in a video like that. And you know what? I might be working on this video already. And it will take me some time to release it. Because editing those videos take quite a lot of time. I also made a small AliExpress order. Should I start with the most interesting purchase? It's these cute palettes. I have a weakness for cute palettes. And this is a 24 magnetized palette. So it shots and stays shot. I don't know if you can remove, I don't think you can remove the inserts. And the sizes of these pens are slightly smaller than a quarter pen, just by a bit. And I think it's not as deep. But I do have plans for one of these palettes. And you can also, if you use a ring binder sketchbook, you can store it inside of your sketchbook or notebook. So that's really, really cool. And the second thing that I purchased, I don't have the full bag on here on my desk because I accidentally dropped one of those bags and it's not completely closing, but I got these half pens from AliExpress that have magnets inside. It's different than when I super glue a magnet at the bottom, but these are flushed to the half pen. But I'm going to use some of these half pens for my Daniel Smith watercolors. The full pens were completely sold out, and I don't know why I picked up a bag of purple half pens, because it sort of disturbs the color. I don't know, but I thought it's a cool color. But yeah, I'm all about magnets these days. So I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye YouTube!